Hi everyone, and welcome to our October New Moon gathering. And well done for turning up this evening, because I think this last week has been quite a challenge for most people, and I'll explain why. I'm not going to spend too much time on talking about the themes and the astrological placements today, because I really want to focus on the journey, the crystal path journey. And I know some of you fall asleep, you think you fall asleep during the breathing or going through the trees. If this happens, please do replay. Go back and listen to this recording again, because the journey we are doing today, the information that you will be exposed to, is very important. So just try and keep an awareness if you can. It doesn't matter if you can't, because you can always go back in and listen again. But the new moon yesterday evening coincided with a solar eclipse, and that makes the new moon intention much more powerful. Equally, the flavour of that eclipse lasts for about a year. So the new moon fell in Libra, which is all about relationships. And we have the opportunity with the eclipse to press the reset button. So it's looking at the way we have conducted our relationships with ourselves, with our careers, with our families, with the world around us. And it's about trying to be a bit more objective, seeing both sides of the coin and not responding emotionally. Now, the issue is our programming in our emotional memory for generations has made us very, very reactive and responding emotionally and judgmentally. And that pans out in the number of wars that we're experiencing on the planet today. So let's take that back to ourselves, because that's the only thing we can be truly responsible for. This new moon is really about trying to be a bit more balanced. And a phrase was given to me many years ago where I was told you can be in the world but not of it, which means you have to be in the world and experience everything that's happening in the world, but you don't have to get caught up with the fear, superstition, and all the negativity that surrounds us on a daily basis. It's not about turning your back on it, it's about looking at it objectively. So that's the theme that you need to think about going forward. And you don't have to completely reset that button today or tomorrow. You have a whole year to think about it and work on it. And it's about letting go. It's about starting a new chapter. And when we talk about letting go, it's about don't hang on to bitterness. If you feel as if you've been wounded in the past, look at it as a lesson. Don't judge yourself negatively in any way, but look at the lesson you learnt. Don't try to recreate it in your mind. Just decide to do it differently. That's all well and good, I know, but this can only come from our emotional memory. So the main objective, or one of the main objectives of these meditation gatherings, is to go underneath all the negative conditioning for generations and access that pure wisdom that we have within us, so that we can bring that to our consciousness and then express that in our environment, and hopefully that will reverberate further. So having said that, I'm just going to read you the Sabian symbol, which is very, very pertinent today. The actual theme is facilitation. This symbol speaks to an unshakable trust in the basic friendliness of the universe, and to a delight in discovering that the world is a place of unlimited opportunity waiting to be explored. The suggestion here is that happiness is found more in giving and reaching out to others than in receiving and gathering into self. In the positive, this symbol represents a deeply held belief in the essential goodness of all living things and a genuine joy in sharing. Negatively, it is superficiality and a false charity or concern with appearances and self-serving efforts to make things look good. So this is about being honest. Being honest, and how do we personally respond to inner and an external conflict, and trying to be objective, taking the fire and the fear out of the reaction. So we're going to start now with our breathing exercise to help rid us of our conscious thoughts that do not serve us. So if you'd like to make yourself comfortable, wherever you are, sitting, lying down, make sure you're warm. It's quite cold this evening. You have a drink nearby and you won't be disturbed. So when you're comfortable, the breathing that we use in these sessions is we take a deep breath in into our abdomen, then up into the lungs, expanding the ribs, and then we hold the breath at the top for a few seconds and then release. And as we release, we just dissolve any negative thoughts. And on the final outward breath, we hold it for 3 seconds and then start the cycle again. So let's begin. Take a deep breath in. Hold. Gather those thoughts and just dissolve them on the outward breath. And now continue on your own with the breath. Be aware of any conflict you've had in the past few hours, days, or weeks. Do not judge them, just observe and let them go. Do not focus on the people that might have triggered these reactions. That's not important. Just allow the theme of that engagement to be released. Any fears you have, just dissolve them. Just for this moment in time, you can let them go, allowing a space to be open and receptive. Keep the rhythm of the breath. As you're breathing, just allow the body to unfold. Be aware of any tension you might be holding, connected to those thoughts. Then take one final deep breath in. And release. And on that outward breath, just sink into the chair or the floor, wherever you are. And then relax the breath in a natural rhythm as we prepare to do our body scan. Take your focus to the crown of your head. Make a small opening. And you are going to pour in a sky blue vapor. It fills your skull and all the tissues of your head, dissolving any inflammation, any degeneration, any blockages. Let the vapor travel down your throat. Be aware of any tension held in your throat. Particularly go back to the tongue and your chin to make sure your jaw is relaxed, which will relax your neck. Focus on the vertebra. See the spaces in between the vertebra open slightly. The vapor just pours over your shoulders, paying particular attention to your shoulder joints and the muscles, and goes down your arms to your fingertips. Just be aware from your crown down to your fingertips, across your shoulders, that area, every space is touched by the blue lit focus. Now bring that focus down to your chest, your rib cage, and your lungs. Feel that whole cavity with the vapor, and the focus of the intention is to dissolve any inflammation, any frustrations that are held in the tissues. Be aware of your heart. And also the whole of the thoracic spine, opening, lengthening. Go to the abdomen. Be aware of any tension held in those organs, the liver, the pancreas, the spleen, the gallbladder, and the stomach, and the solar plexus. Just infuse that area totally with the blue vapor, focusing on any area that needs extra attention. Go down into the pelvic cavity, and the reproductive organs and the intestines, the bladder, kidneys, adrenals. All the organs are totally enveloped in this cooling, healing blue vapor. Travel down to the hip joints. Release any tension there held with inflammation. And the blue liquid dissolves inflammation. Travel down the legs to the knees. Every part of the anatomy in your legs, the muscles, the sinews, the tendons, the ligaments, joints, bones, completely flooded with this vapor, and then take it down, right the way down to your ankles, your toes, all the small bones in your feet. Bring particular focus to the soles of your feet that completely support your whole body. And now I'd like you just to scan your body just with a gentle focus, just looking to see if there are any particular areas that you need to revisit and focus on dissolving more, maybe at a deeper level. And just spend some time acknowledging and honouring what a wonderful job your body does every day, keeping you going in the face of a lot of pollution, a lot of challenges that we're all facing today. We're going to seal in that blue liquid just by sealing that aperture on your crown. And the vapor stays within, and the vibration of that blue colour permeates your tissues, keeping you balanced. And now we're going to start our journey. See yourself standing outside in an open landscape. As you look down, a crystal path appears, sapphire crystal. Every colour of sapphire, from deep midnight to light aqua. Interspersed are shards of silver along the path. Take off your shoes and step on the path, and just adjust the energy coming from the crystal and the grounding from the silver. And then start walking. As you walk along the path, you feel the energy shifts in your body. In the distance you see the grove of trees. You become closer and closer to the trees and eventually stand at the opening. You ask permission to come in, and the trees invite you in, welcoming you into their space. You walk around each of the trees, giving thanks for the wisdom and knowledge that they give you. And you stop at the ancient apple tree. You walk towards this tree, in front of this tree, and you ask permission to sit at the base of the tree. You turn your back to the trunk, sit with your back to the trunk, and you feel the earth beneath you, the roots of the tree beneath you. This is the tree of ancient female wisdom. And just feel that connection with the tree. Feel the warmth and the embrace of that wisdom. Gently awakening within you that wisdom that has been buried for generations. Spend some time just experiencing, sensing. Don't try to analyze, just experience. And then stand up, face the tree, thank the tree. Thank the tree for all that it has given you and will continue to give you on your journey. You walk back onto the path and continue forward, going out of the grove along to the plateau, where you look down into the valley, where the waterfalls are rushing down into the pool of water in the valley. And the floor of the valley is just a blanket of sapphire crystal. To the left is the water, to the right is a sapphire crystal henge, a circle of sapphire crystal pillars. You walk down the crystal path that leads you down to the floor of the valley. And the intensity of the crystal here is much more. In the center of the pool of water are 4 crystal pillars, sapphire crystal pillars. You walk in up to your waist and you drink the water. You feel the energy of that crystal, cleansing your body, cleansing your emotional memory, cleansing the negative conditioning of many generations. And then you submerge yourself completely. And then rise up and walk back towards the shore. And you're going towards the crystal henge. You stop at the opening, and as you look inside, you see that there are silver markings on each of the pillars, going from top to bottom of the pillars. The floor is covered with silver markings. You walk to the center, and as you get to the center point, the silver markings are illuminated, and you see that they are graphics, symbols, shapes that you've never seen before. This is a language that was given to mankind and is the precursor to all languages in the universe. This language only knows creative wisdom, purity of thought, balance, and love. And as you stand there, the light from the silver symbols radiate into your body, awakening that knowledge that is deeply buried in every cell of your body, in your DNA. Just absorb that vibration, those frequencies. It might feel strong, but just root yourself to the ground. Know that you are protected. You are in this space for a reason. It's now time to leave this space. And as soon as you walk towards the exit, the circle becomes quiet. And you leave the crystals, turning round to give them thanks. You stand on the sapphire crystal floor of the valley, assimilating all the information that has been given to you, has been awakened in you. This is not a new language. This is the most ancient of languages, the most purest of languages that hasn't been corrupted by fear and superstition. You feel lighter, you feel different. It will take a while to absorb all this information. And start your ascent now back up to the plateau, as always feeling lighter on the ascent. You get to the top and the path takes you back to the grove of trees. And once again, you give them thanks on your journey through. And as you get to the end, you turn back once again to say goodbye and give thanks again. These trees hold the wisdom of the universe. And then you start back on your journey, back on the path. Once again, be aware of the crystals under your feet. You come to the beginning of the path where you joined this journey. You step off the path, feel the ground underneath you. Put on your shoes. Then become aware of the room that you're in. Just touch whatever is under you or next to you. Be aware of any of the textures of the room you're in. Take a deep breath in and exhale. And just take a few deep breaths to bring you back into the room. Bring that awareness of who you are, where you are, but you've come back with a very different vibration. And then gently sit up. And I'd just like you to, if you're still with us consciously, to be aware of this journey and what the possibilities this journey has given us for acting in a different way, particularly in the words that we use, in the discussions we have, dialogue, negotiations. There is another way of dealing with conflict, but that has been buried, and we need now to resurrect this knowledge, this wisdom. So thank you very much for joining us and being part of this global intention, particularly at this time. And do, if you have the opportunity, to listen to the recording of this, particularly round about the full moon, to see how this is manifested in your life. So I'll say good night to you, and I wish you a lovely night's sleep and have lovely dreams. And we'll see you again at the next new moon. And sending you many blessings. Bye-bye.